you have an extra hit.
Technically, well, each one of those hearts is 2, so you actually have like 4 extra hits.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not just that, I think the potions that you can use in the one menu didn't have any equivalent in Magical Hat, but again, I don't remember.
Gotta play weird American localized nonsense.
Yeah.
It was 1991.
Mm-hmm.
And like a lot of things on this system, a lot of the music has that distinctive Genesis-y twang.
Oh, this is some of the wettest of the Genesis wet farts.
I mean, always been more of a Nintendo, like, we've always been more of Nintendo lovers, and I think a lot of people in some cases are mean when it comes to the Genesis, but like, if you are not good with the Genesis, God, this thing has a god-awful sound, like, soundboard and sound font. Even just your jumping sounds all farting.
Okay, well, and while that does sound annoying, that's one of those at the same time. I kind of like that that's there because that's a very distinct jump sound.
I didn't say annoying, I said farty.
Yes.
What?
Yes, it is.
And before anyone does that annoying thing, the Sonic games have perfectly fine soundtracks and sound effects that don't really sound like farts or anything, and a lot of other Genesis games do. And if it comes to the Genesis and we're talking about pure, really good sounding stuff, I will never, like, say anything bad about Sonic, because even some of the weirder Sonic releases, like 3D Blast, I think still have...
Sonic Spinball notwithstanding.
Okay, Spinball?
Okay, I know the reason the one thing in Spinball sounds as bad as it does, it is literally a coding error.
Okay, let's talk about Spinball for a second. First of all, Sonic Spinball, the actual, level music is quite pleasant. The options menu is actually bugged. The options menu is actually the bugged music.
Oh, I'm actually going to stand still and drop a save so I don't accidentally load back a save and I'm going 50 miles an hour. And once unless you want to, scour for more potions, once you find the one level, you can just try to book it to the end. Oh yeah, I am starting to remember this game does have a fetish for after a certain point. I swear there is at least like one enemy hidden in nearly every fucking set of statues. Assholes, stop doing that.
Anyway, to talk about the Sonic Spinball thing, the options music in Spinball was notorious for sounding awful, but it was learned later that the options music is actually coded bad.
Like I said, it's actually a coding error.
Due to a coding error, they put the bits in the wrong place and it screws up the sound. People have repaired it and it actually sounds pretty good. Four. is just that boss from Twilight Princess.
No, it must be the other way.
Go on, reduce
Actually,
it. What?
Actually, I want to see, can I get back? Okay, good. Assholes! Stop doing that!
Fast and loose.
I wanted to see if I could try to get my
Remember, any bad design is your fault until you've played the game enough to know it's there. Ah!
I think that was worth it, because I believe I think I got the strength potion again.
Yeah, I think. This will always go back to, because we're just doing Genesis stuff of that kid complaining.
It's at the start of the level, you can't make this shit up.
What?
The first one of those statues in this fucking stage had an enemy in it.
That, on the Wii U, that kid complaining because they never really played the first Sonic game, they were complaining about that spring, about a, like, spring in Marble Zone that's kind of dick placement. And, you know, some jackass was like, it's to keep you from, like, moving forward.
Or like, it's to keep you from mindlessly holding right.
And, like, moving forward too quickly. And just this kid just responds is like, oh, then, like, how would you like it if I waited outside your house with a baseball bat to, like, keep you from, like, mindlessly moving right?
Oh, damn it. Oh, damn it. I have to jump from the top. Greed is good. Greed makes you do great things. Gold coins and puppies.
Whoa there, Wario. Now I'm thinking about that Mario.
Oh, damn it.
Now I'm thinking about that Mario.
I will concede that one was me not moving.
Now I'm thinking about that Mario commercial where they were talking about the many things Mario did, and like one was the peace negotiations over like nuclear arms.
Mario hurling turnips, Mario negotiating an arms deal. Okay, maybe not.
Why?
What?
I said why. Oh, damn it.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
This is the era where Kirby beat up biker gangs.
Yes. Oh, funny, you talked about the Sonic thing, and look, we have this nonsense. Oh, I went to see, does it still? Oh.
Yes.
Oh, and I'm just going to do one more to see, is it a... Okay, it is an instant kill, that's what I wanted to see. I was like, I have to see if it's an instant kill or if it's just damage. If it's just damage, I will allow it.
It's just that...
Every fucking time.
If it's just that Miiverse post. No,
Yeah.
joking aside, I agree with the kid.
I 100% agree with them, because that's, again, my problem is this era and shit, and is why, like, I'm using, you know, save states and shit, like, right, basically constantly in this, because a bunch of the sort of constant fuck you, like, Kaizo design, I don't find cute or endearing, I just find frustrating.
You know,
And,
if we're
and this game, I feel like, well, I do think it is pretty okay. It really does have an obnoxious problem. It's just surprising you with some, like, you know, surprise motherfucker bullshit of, again, the rate enemies in this game respawn, I remember being fucking obnoxious.
And, you know, if we're going down this controversial rabbit hole, let's just talk about Genesis stuff and just some shit that bothers...
Like, look at how quickly that fucker despawned. I moved not even the full platform. I moved the space of the platform the enemy was standing on
some
off
shit
screen.
that bothered me,
And
you
he
know,
fucking
this was
comes back.
like years ago, but I'm still fucking annoyed about it, and it's, you know, Genesis adjacent, where Sonic had that, you know, revival where everyone was like, at the time when it was new, jerking off Sonic Mania. And what pissed me off about that, Sean and Brian never got what annoyed me with this. And I'm sorry, this is just people being hypocritical of Sonic Mania. Now, when I say this, I know they patched a lot of shit, and Sonic Mania Plus actually changes a lot of game design in Mania, and Mania Plus actually fixes a lot of problems anyway.
Damn it.
Which is cool, but this is, you know, Mania... Damn it. Hold on. Word on it. Sonic Mania Plus also fixes a lot of the levels by changing some level design, and before Mania Plus, they patched a bunch of problems anyway. I know that. And I will give credit on patching the Sonic, because the patching is really good. But what annoyed me in Sonic Mania, and Sean and Brian never got why I was hung up on this, Sonic Mania was viewed as being like this amazing Sonic game, and everyone wouldn't shut up about how good it is. Yada yada yada, all this bullshit. Oh, it's like, see, fans know how to make a good Sonic game. People were lampooning, like, every little fucking thing about Sonic Forces. And Sonic Forces was like, oh, Sega failed again, another lackluster 3D Sonic game. Except the funny thing about Forces, it didn't have technically any glitches or anything. Mania, when it launched, was known for multiple soft locks, where if you ran into that soft lock, you would have to reset and lose progress. And because Mania actually had worse saving than the mobile Sonic games, which is funny because it's the same team, where, and I'm going to make this distinction because this also pisses me off, the mobile Sonic games actually had saving by act. Sonic Mania doesn't have saving by act. And Mania had multiple soft locks, where if you triggered the soft lock, you'd have to restart. Sonic Forces did not have any obvious game-breaking glitches, but everyone raked Forces over the coals for the most pointless bullshit. And then if anyone brought up, you know Mania has a bunch of soft locks. It is what it is. It doesn't deteriorate from an otherwise good game. I don't see why, and everyone was like, I don't get why people are hung up on that. It's a couple of soft locks, but you can avoid some stuff.
Oh, I forgot you can actually get health extensions. I completely forgot about that.
I'm sorry, but no. Mania had like no glitches, and you rake it over the coals for just stupid shit. You look at Forces, which had... Damn it. Worded that backwards. Mania had a bunch of soft locks and glitches, and everyone, it is what it is. Yet Forces basically have like no soft locks and glitches. Oh, Forces is like the worst Sonic game ever made, guys. And I'm also, you know, while I'm going down this incredibly hateful rabbit hole, because I need to, Sonic Mania, and I know, like, this will piss a lot of people off, but it needs to be said, Mania also verbatim took a lot of level design from classic Sonic, and a lot of the level design that Mania borrowed, I'm sorry, it's just bad fucking design. And in the Let's Play, where I was playing Knuckles and I got a bit heated, because I died as Knuckles a lot, and the limited continues and having to start over a bunch, started pissing me off until basically on my own, when Sean and Brian were, like, busy, and I just slowly and painstakingly sort of did some other shit so that we could get back to where we were, and me and Carson just finished Knuckles off on my own. And at the time, I also used some cheats and stuff in the game. I was like, if anyone's gonna give me any crap for this, it's like, I'm sorry, the limited continues and stuff are stupid, but Sonic! Like, classic Sonic often had just idiotic and bad game design, and Sean and Brian never got when I got hung up on that stupid thing in Chemical Plant where they literally put a bunch of speed boosters, and you will boost down that track to that underwater section with the blocks, and if you're boosting
Good, found the idol.
down the track to those blocks, it is damn near impossible without a lot of preparation or just years of, like, hard-coded memory to know to kind of pull back, because otherwise you will damn near always, and this always felt too intentional to me, that they boost you into the blocks, and because of the shit way classic Sonic's hit detection works, you will always die to a crusher death because your fucking, like, pixels are between the bare minimum edges of those stupid moving blocks, and I kept complaining about that in the Let's Play, and Sean and Brian were getting annoyed at me sort of getting mad at the game, but, like, that is bad fucking design. But the nostalgia and other shit let people just defend. Like,
bitch.
the nostalgia and everything let people just fucking defend.
Wait, is a 1-up a tiny you?
I think, yes.
That's adorable.
And what will...
God damn it. There you go. I did it. Ooh. Fucking slippery biscuit, that Chuck. Come on. I need to kill you because I know you're going to create problems if I don't. And he seems to have just completely despawned. Oh,
Yep.
yeah, he just can... Whatever. I'll fucking take it.
Genesis limits! So, like, that's just me.
It's like getting that axe armor to walk into the loading boundary in Castlevania.
Or one of my favorites is that double Dragon Balls.
That one's also pretty good.
No, but that's one of my favorites because that's literally the NES limitations.
Yes.
And if anyone, like, that's well known, but that was Double Dragon, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. If anyone, it's stage 2, isn't it?
I don't remember.
Okay, I don't remember the stage, I'm just saying some topics. If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, in Double Dragon, even if I don't have the stage number correct, I can explain this well enough. And you'll literally know the spot, and it's hilarious. You climb up a bunch of ladders. I'm laughing too much, so... Damn it. You climb up a bunch of ladders, And at the top of the ladders is a boss fight, but the NES does not have the greatest data limit. So, if you want to basically skip the boss, and this is what speedruns do, but even casually, this is just really useful. Instead of actually fighting the boss, turn your ass around, climb down the ladder, and the game's render distance is so piss poor. As soon as you climb down the ladder, you actually outspawn the boss. So, because the boss is no longer in the render distance, it just plays the level end victory music.
What the hell did he... This one will make you immune to... Fuck it. I'll use it. Might as well.
Booga.
Motherfucker.
What they're there for.
What was the point of that?
What?
That just looped me back to the area I was already in.
It's to leave if you don't have the item. Oh, lightning for bosses.
Yeah, funny.
What?
I said funny.
It is literally a weapon for bosses.
Damn, I'm... Oh, no, wrong button. Damn it. Use that one, and... I think these stack. I can stack on top of each other.
Iframes! Get down here, you pansy bitch!
This makes you jump higher, might as... Oh, well, yeah.
What?
This makes me jump higher, so...
You beat him. It looks like, anyway. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, what side of the argument are you on when it comes to that one Miiverse post about the one spring? Generally, I agree with the kid that posted the Miiverse post in the first place, because I think that spring is artificial difficulty, and the funny thing is, a lot of people looking back on Sonic 1 actually think that spring is bad level design, and the first 3 Sonic games are full of Kaizo level design like this. Sonic CD is also pretty guilty about having this type of Kaizo level design, and this is the classic era level design that I absolutely hate, because it basically punishes you if you're not familiar with the level, meaning it is basically trying to get you killed, specifically just because that forces you to replay the game until you memorize all the bullshit traps. So it's nice to see a lot of people actually think that spring is badly placed, because under normal circumstances, you would never be able to react to that spring because of how fast you're moving. Meaning the only way to react to that spring is to basically know that spring is in that part of the level. So you would basically slow down knowing the spring was coming because the spring killed you before. And this is my problem with a lot of old school Sonic level design. And even a lot of newer Sonic games are guilty of this as well, because Sega designed fast and loose arcade experiences, meaning they basically always designed things as if it was an arcade game, and basically in arcade games you need cheap Kaizo traps in order to kill the player, because that forces the player to put more money in the machine. And I feel a lot of Genesis games also embody this fast and loose arcade design, where a cheap Kaizo trap will kill you until you memorize the trap, and then after it kills you a lot of times, the trap will basically never kill you again because you will expect the trap. One of the most notorious examples of this in Sonic 1 is basically in Scrap Brain. There are these pits that open and close, and those pits look basically almost identical to the ground, but those pits have just enough of a distinction where you might notice those areas look a little bit different, but most people, because of the way that the pits open and close, will basically be running, and they will normally end up running near one of those pits, and the timing causes the pit to open, and that is basically an instant kill. So those stupid pits basically will take a life from almost everyone that plays the game blind, and I find those pits to be bullshit. One of my most distinct memories was one of our cousins was playing Sonic 1, and then he started running through Scrap Brain, and basically, because of the way those pits open and close, he ended up falling in those pits, lost his final life, got a game over, and had to restart the entire game. And I'm sorry, that is cheap, artificial difficulty that basically creates an unfair scenario where this Kaizo trap bullshit will basically punish you for not knowing about the Kaizo trap ahead of time. And that one spring in that Miiverse post is very similar, but anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.